Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Race 4 of the Phoenix Pulse Formula V1 Virtual Cup. My name is JP Tuason, and I'm the CEO and Racing Director of Tuason Racing. Now, before we get back to our races, allow me to introduce my co-host tonight. He is a very good friend, a travel buddy, a sports and TV anchor, a motorcycle enthusiast, and a male model.
Wow.
Mr. Gino Ruffino, come on down. Woo! How you doing, Jeans?
I've retired from that male model title a long time ago. But Japes, thanks for having me. It's always fun doing this with you. It's always fun chatting with you about anything. But of course, you and I have met because of motorsports. And when we go back to that, and you were my teacher as a race car driver, and you got me into it, and I got bit by the bug pretty hard, and I blame that on you. So it's always great.
You're a champion naman eh. Nah, it's all good, my friend.
But so thank you for that. But it is always great, and it's always fun to do these things with you, and of course to do the second round of the country's first homegrown e-racing series. I mean, wow, who would have thought we'd still have motorsports during these times? And of course, the esports racers battle on a PC-based Assetto Corsa game, and it's really been fun.
You know, we actually need to get you into the game, right? We
Yeah,
need to
I know.
Get you in the game as a celebrity racer. Let's see how you do in the virtual world. I think that would be nuts, right?
I did one of the test ones, and I did fairly well, but then I had to go up against Ivan and some of the other.
I know. I'm sorry about that. He was good. I didn't realize he was going to be that good, but yes. You held your own against the other ones, but it was Ivan, right? Ivan
was a tough one. So as long as I beat Tita Fem, I was happy.
And I think you did. So I want to thank Monodeal for having you here as well, right? They're our sponsors, and it's great to have you guys supporting us. Yeah. And I just want to explain that we had to actually postpone our race 3 because of the typhoon that just came through. So we had the typhoon, and with all of our countrymen, dealing with the issues with the flood. Not only was it COVID, right? It was also the floods. So we postponed our races, and what we did is we used the entry fees that were paid by our participants, and then added some money, and we donated to our countrymen last week in the areas of Rizal and Marikina. So for all of you guys out there that supported us and donated, I want to thank you, and I hope all of the people out there are safe.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Very good stuff.
Thank you. I think it's very, very important to help each other out now. This year, 2020 is a tough year, I tell you. It just keeps on coming.
It is tough, right? I mean, it's memorable. None of us is going to forget 2020, and maybe for most people, it's for the wrong reasons.
Oh man, trust me. As soon as 2020 is over, I want to forget it.
Yeah, I agree.
But because we don't have any physical races this year, right? We've gone into virtual racing, and Tuason Racing and Phoenix Petroleum Philippines are bringing you now the Formula V1 series in the comfort and safety of your homes by doing virtual racing. So this is not only going to serve as a source of entertainment for people that are stuck at home, right? And trust me, there's a lot of people stuck at home that love motorsports. But really, it's to give our racing enthusiasts another career path on in global motorsports. So a lot of the people that are actually in this competition are not only those people that are aspiring to be race car drivers. Some of them are professional esports racers that compete regionally and internationally. And actually, some of them are real race car drivers. We've got our Formula V1 champion racing tonight. So we've got a lot of action happening tonight, Jeans.
Wow. Well, can we find out more about the homegrown series? And I think we can do so by watching these clips.
Yep. All right. Check this out, you guys. Okay, so 2 years ago, Tuason Racing launched its FormulaV1 series, which became the country's only Formula Car program that is being participated by both Filipino and international racers. Now, the winners were given a chance to compete at both the Suzuka International Circuit and the Fuji Speedway in Japan. And my God, I was so ingot. It was excellent, awesome, amazing, and we were basically able to compete against other racers in Asia, and we actually did really well, right? So Kono was in the top 10 when he went to Fuji, and Estefano Rivera was in the top 5, right? And these are guys that have never raced at these circuits before, went there, and basically were in the top 10 or top 5 out of 30 or 40 cars on the grid. And that's amazing to see with the lack of time that they had on the circuit. So it means we're really competitive. But again, with the suspension this year of all of the sports activities due to COVID, we're now holding this homegrown race series in the virtual world.
And to make this racing more exciting, if it can be more exciting, Tuason Racing and our friends from Phoenix Petroleum Philippines also launched the FormulaV1 Fantasy League. The league gives non-gaming race fans a chance to be parts of the racing action. Each participant of the FormulaV1 Fantasy League may own a race team by choosing 3 drivers from AM and Pro class and FV1 Virtual Cup teams. Participants may gain points from their chosen driver's performance and playing in weekly games. Earned points during the Fantasy League may be exchanged with exciting new rewards provided by our sponsors, Phoenix Petroleum Philippines, LG Philippines, Bendix, Blue Shem, PC Express, and Top Tool. The FormulaV1 Fantasy League will be having 5 winners in every leg, and we will have top 3 season overall winners.
Yeah, and what I do is I want to thank the guys that have been participating in the Fantasy League, because when we called for donations last week, some of the FormulaV1 Fantasy League players actually donated their points to convert it into cash to donate it to the flood victims. So guys, all of you guys that did that, thank you very much. And we'll post very, very soon the photos of the actual food that was donated to the people in Rizal and Marikina. Okay, so for everybody out there, get a chance to win a prize in the weekly raffle promo of Tuason Racing. And to do this, just simply like the Tuason Racing fan page, join and sign up on the FormulaV1 Fantasy League, and of course, tag 5 of your friends on the comments section of the raffle poster, which we present every week. So the weekly raffle will have 1 grand winner of an item care of PC Express and 2 consolation prize winners care of Phoenix Petroleum Philippines. All right, so we have a total of 55 racers vying for both the amateur and pro class crowns for race 4. And we will see these racers closely competing to reach, of course, the final round, of course, the championship. And who will make it to this round? Let's check out the results from round 3. So there we go. Okay, so what we're looking at now is the top 10 from the AM class. And this has now been put in a reverse grid. So our winner from the round race 3 was Andre Varquez, followed by Julian Colvin and Patrick Maliksi. But as you can see here now, for the reverse grid for race 4 at Laguna Seca, they are in 8th, 9th, and 10th place. So who's going to be in front for this race? Well, in 5th place, we have Jonelli Cruz, and he is with Sim Racing PH. And we have in 4th place, Carl Francis Honcolada, who is also from Sim Racing PH. In 3rd place, we have Rial Lerpido, who is a privateer. In 2nd place, Andre Villanueva, who's also a privateer. And then, of course, we have Jether Miole from Liave Motorsports Project. Okay, so that is our grid, our top 10 grid for the start of race 4 for the AM class.
You know, I love reverse grids, except when I'm actually on the track.
Yeah, it's been crazy in actual racing when we do the reverse grid, and we've found that it's also crazy when we do the reverse grids in the virtual world. Actually, in a very recently concluded esports program, the guy that was leading the series all the way to the last round didn't win the championship. It was somebody else. And again, it was these reverse grids that played a big part. And of course, obviously the multiplying factor for the points, right?
Yeah, the great equalizer, so to speak.
That's right.
And to keep things more exciting, we will be raffling off items from Parts Pro, Blue Chem, and Bendix. The question for this race raffle game is, in what racetrack did the round 2 of Phoenix Pulse Formula V1 Virtual Cup occur? Again, here's the question. In what racetrack did the round 2 of the Phoenix Pulse Formula V1 Virtual Cup occur? Type your answers below. 2 winners of this raffle game will be announced towards the end of our program. And I'm just reminding everyone,
right?
Can I join that? Can I join that one? Because I think I know the answer already.
Okay. Okay, fine.
All right. But I am just reminding everyone that Phoenix is also doing a raffle. So make sure to stay with us to join. Users need to watch the second race, or race 2 of Phoenix Pulse Formula V1 Virtual Cup, happening at this moment. After this race broadcast, you need to answer this question that will be posted on Phoenix Pulse Facebook fan page. And here's the question. Who are the pro class racers of Phoenix Pulse racing team? Again, the question is, who are the pro class racers of the Phoenix Pulse racing team? Lucky 15 individuals who will answer the question correctly will get 200 pesos Phoenix fuel voucher via the Limitless app. And 300
download the app. People got to download that app.
Yes,
right?
You got to download that app first. And 300 Limitless points. Winners will also automatically earn a e-raffle entry and a chance to win a Nintendo Switch version 2. I want one of those. Oh my
God, I know the answer.
I want one of those.
That's right.
Fitbit Versa 2. 10,000 pesos Phoenix fuel voucher via the Limitless app. Of course, Phoenix lubricants or Phoenix racing merchandise. Winners will be drawn towards the end of Formula V1 Virtual Cup racing season. That is awesome stuff. I want to join. I know,
right? These guys from Phoenix are super generous, bro. Super generous.
Guys, what can I do to get the Switch? Can I make luto?
Well, you know what? In the next round, you're not hosting, so you can participate. You can.
And I can win the Switch.
You could.
Who picks? do you pick the winner? Can I just like?
No, dude. No, I'm not allowed to. If it was me, I'd probably pick myself. But anyway.
Fair enough.
It's not gonna happen. All right, so here we go. Right, let's get going.
Let's get going. Sit back, relax, and let's get it on.
Here we go. And we're riding on with one of our drivers. Okay, so we're checking everybody out. We are now getting all the lights to red, and we've got to go. We've got a good race
illuminate.
Yes. Okay, so who are we riding with? Okay, so we now are with. Are we with
Is that
Jether? Aldo or
Jet?
Jether? Let me see. Yeah. Okay.
Aldo. That's Aldo right now.
Okay, right. We're with Aldo, and okay.
That's Jether right there.
We've got Jether right there. So Jether, it looks like he's got a good lead. He's broken away from the gulo in the back. And you know and I know, Jeans, that's like the key, right? Keep away from the magulo in the back.
Yeah, and he started from pole position. So, I mean, all he had to do was really get a good start and he would have had a clear track in front of him. I tell you though, starting from pole sometimes can be a little, it can
mess with your mind, right?
It can mess with your mind. Especially if you're not used to it. I remember my first pole position, I was stressing out like crazy. But he's doing. But Jether looks like he's doing a whole lot better than I was.
Okay, so that we can see him. We can actually see him on screen right now, and he looks pretty relaxed. Okay, so I think he's making a bit of a gap, so that's actually pretty good. I think he's got a 1.5 second gap right now.
That's big. That's a pretty good gap.
I think he needs to be watching out for some of the other drivers because people are moving up very quickly from the back. Andre Vargas has already moved up, and Andre is. Ooh, where is Andre? I think I just saw him in fourth. Let me see. Okay. Wow. Okay, so we have Julian Colvin. Okay, that has come all the way from the back, is now in second place,
and Vargas actually drops.
That's right. I think Andre got into a bit of an accident, or he dropped all the way to 17th. He moved all the way up to the front, and has dropped down to 17th. I think there's been some contact there. We're riding now with Jonelli Cruz in 7th place.
Yeah, Vargas did drop to P7, 17 due to contact.
Okay, so yeah, too bad. He was doing really well at the beginning of that race. Maybe a bit too aggressive.
And it is also difficult, no, Japes, when you're starting, because everybody's bunched up together right away, and so if you don't have a clean start and you're with everybody else beside you, it gets a little bit tense.
Yeah. I think that's that's an understatement, my friend.
Yeah.
Understatement. Okay, so we're racing at the Laguna Seca Raceway at the moment. It is a paved road racing track in Central California that people use for both racing cars and motorcycles. And this is such a great circuit. I've actually driven this when I did the Skip Barber racing program, which was the basis for running our Tuason racing activities.
And Rian Ramos right now.
There we go, yeah. Okay, so I think she's doing great. She's in 22nd right now, but there were 32 cars on the grid. Oh, she's gone off a bit. Oh, there she is. She's back again. But for her to be battling with these esports drivers that have a lot of experience, she's actually holding her own. She's actually holding her own right there.
You know, she's really impressed me. You know, she was bitten by the bug pretty quickly, I would have to say, because after her first race experience, actually with you, I didn't know how into it she would have been. And right now, I mean, she's even joining the virtual races. So I've been really impressed by her.
Yeah, I think Rian has the heart of a racer.
Sure.
She's just busy. But if she had the choice, man, she'd be at the racetrack all the time. All the time.
I mean, you can tell that she's passionate about it, especially when she talks about it, her eyes light up.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so who are we riding with now? We're with James Gatlabayan. Okay, so we're right now watching the battle between James and Thomas Rosales and Jonelli Cruz. So this is a battle mid-pack, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So it looks exciting, but these guys have to be very careful because it seems like Andre Vargas is cutting through the back of the track and is catching this group of drivers.
I have to say something that these cars look really impressive because they really look like the V1.
Thank you. And we've worked really hard. And you know what makes it really interesting is these drivers have spent quite a bit of time doing all their liveries on the cars as well. So I'm really impressed at the effort the drivers have put into it. Well,
yeah, it looks good. It looks really good.
At least before they go into the wall. So we can see some of the cars with a lot of damage right there. So riding with JP Santillan, and JP is battling with Rian Ramos. And I don't know if he's going to be able to make a pass on Rian because...
oh, look at this. Oh, the pressure!
Was that contact? Did he bump her out? Oh my gosh, there must be a penalty for that.
I think Rian was looking at her rear view mirror.
Oh no! Oh no!
But you sense that, right? If you're sometimes if you're behind a driver and you just put the pressure and throughout, lap after lap after lap, eventually that person in front could make a mistake, and that's all you need.
Are you speaking from experience, Jeans?
Yes.
Or,
Yes. Absolutely, 100%.
Okay, so we're on board now with Jether, and it's looking really good because we're now on lap 5 out of 8 laps, and he's still in the lead. And how much of a lead does he have? Is that a
4 seconds.
It's a 4-second lead. Wow,
that's huge.
it is. And he's leading from Julian Colvin, who was also on the podium in the previous race. So definitely he's with the quick guys right now.
And you can see him still driving very hard. He has a big lead, and he's not settling for that. He wants more.
Well, if he doesn't push hard, those guys in the back are going to come and get him. That's for sure. Now, what's interesting to take note of is, if I'm not mistaken, Julian Colvin is he carrying some ballast from the previous round? So what we do is not only do we have a reverse grid, we actually have a ballast system. So yeah, Julian is carrying 15 kilograms of ballast on his car, so it's actually heavier than the other cars. So for him to be all the way in second, coming from a reverse grid of being ninth, that is fantastic driving from Julian Colvin. And for those of you that don't know, Julian Colvin is actually a real race car driver. So he is a race car driver from the Vios Racing Festival. He's actually a winner of the series last year, and he is a official driver of the Avengers.
Nice. And in a real car, you can kind of feel the weight, right? 15 kilograms may not be that huge, but I'm really impressed in the virtual world that they're still able to apply that. And it's, still sticking with the rules as if it was in a real racetrack, in a live racetrack, I should say.
Yeah, so for some of the
look at this, there's contact.
Incident right there between Andre Varquez and who was that contact with? Versus Rial. Okay. So Andre and Rial, they're pushing very hard. Andre, a bit of contact, but not able to get through. Let's see if Rial can fight back and stay in front. And there we have a in-car with Andre. He doesn't look happy.
No.
He doesn't look like a happy
Look at this battle. Look at this battle.
Man.
Contact. More contact. That's a wall. That somebody hit the wall. No.
Wow. Okay, so there was contact there. I don't know. I guess the stewards are going to have to investigate that. I don't know if there's going to be a penalty right now. But definitely there has to be an investigation into that incident. Okay, so we're now on board with Louis Gambong, and as you can see, his room is lit up totally red. He must be really in the zone. I wonder if that lighting helps.
Yeah, red light special.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love the art on these cars. The livery is just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it's cool, right? So some of the drivers have actually taken the liveries from the FormulaV1 actual cars and put them onto the virtual cars. So I think that's great. So Aldo now in 4th place, driving the OMP car, and you can see him there. He's smiling. He's happy. I don't know why he's happy, but maybe because he's catching up with Andre Villanueva in front. Okay, so we're on the 7th lap, and we've just got one more lap left to go. You can see people coming down through the corkscrew. Such a great circuit. This.
I envy you that you were able to drive here. I really do. Look at this.
Oh, Julian Colvin in first place, but then he span out. What is going on? That
He
is
wanted to.
crazy. That
he
is
thought
crazy.
he thought it was a drift event.
Okay, so we're entering our last lap, but I don't understand what happened there. Did Jether spin out?
Yeah, let's see if we can find that somewhere.
Yeah, it looks like he's span out. Julian Colvin, who almost lost it as well, is now leading this race. Oh, you can see that he's super concentrated. He's using the shifter, right? So he's not using paddles. He's using an actual shifter.
Jether had a DNF. Race control says Jether has a DNF due to a hardware issue.
Oh no! Car failure in the virtual world. What's up with that?
It's as real as it can get.
Man. I know. Car prep wasn't very good. That's what happened there.
Yeah.
The mechanics maybe didn't tighten the wheels or something. I don't know. All right, so we are on our last lap at Laguna Seca, and again, it's such a great track in Monterey, California, in the U.S. The racetrack is 3.6 kilometers long, and what's interesting about it is it has so many elevations, right? It's 55 meters of elevation.
Yeah.
It's got 11 turns, and the most exciting of this is the corkscrew, which is turn 8 and 8A. I actually went off at that part of the track when I went to the schooling. I thought I was going to crash the car. super exciting, because as you're going up the hill before the corkscrew, you actually don't see the breaking point. So, okay, we've got Julian Colvin. Here we go. And
there he is.
There he is across the line.
Takes the checkered flag.
There you go.
Aldo gets second.
Yeah, and it was actually kind of close. Aldo was right behind there, along with Andre Villanueva. Congratulations to these guys. Good job. Good job. Good job.
And there was an incident earlier involving Andre. Upon review by the race steward, he has been given, here it is. He's been given a 5-second penalty for causing a collision and gaining advantage.
Oh man, that sounds so much like something you've done, right?
Maybe. Maybe.
Okay.
But the 5 seconds is huge.
It is. It is
huge.
I'm not sure, but we got to find out though. Let's check the result, and let's find out where Andre Varquez finished this with a 5-second penalty. All right, so congratulations to our winners. Okay, so in third place, Andre Villanueva. Second place, Aldo Balaguan. And of course, our champion, Julian Colvin Tang of the Avengers Racing Team 2. Okay, so again, congratulations to the winners. That was a fantastic race right there. We'd also like to thank our Phoenix Pulse Racing Team celebrity racers, Rian Ramos and Famela Baranda, for participating in this event. Rian finished in 22nd, and Fem landed in 26th. So Fem is not going to be happy about that. Not only has she been beaten by Gino Rufino multiple times, Rian Ramos has outplaced her in the virtual world. So our celebrity racers in the AM class.
The rivalry between those two is really interesting.
It is, and it's only getting better. Okay, race fans, and here we are. We're going to interview the winners for race 4 of round 2 of the Phoenix Pulse Formula V1 Virtual Cup at Laguna Seca. So in third place, we have Andre Villanueva. In second place, we have Aldo Balaguan. And of course, our champion is Julian Tang of the Avengers Racing Team. Come on down, guys. Come on down. Okay, there we go. We have Aldo and Julian. We're missing one of the drivers. Where is he?
I think Andre's in the steward's office.
He's in the steward's office. He's still being talked to by the officials, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Gene, take it away.
Yeah, let's start with Aldo. Aldo, talk about this experience. I mean, it was a pretty close race. It was a pretty close race towards the end there, and it looked like you had a chance.
Yeah. Actually, I was kind of a little, I guess you could say, frustrated because
Yeah.
by the time that we finished the last lap, I was around half a second to Julian, and I think I would have a chance at trying to fight for the first place position if only we had 2 or 3 more laps. But I guess it turned out pretty well in the end because the first race it wasn't really it didn't really go as planned, but it was still good, a good result. But the second race it was a lot better because yeah, I got the second place position and there weren't any incidents.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was a pretty clean race and it was very well fought. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're getting better and better every race. What can we expect of you in the future?
Well, I do hope that I could, get on the top step, win. That's the
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah.
And yeah, fight for the championship because I think right now I'm third in the standings. So yeah, there's a chance. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations on the second place finish. And let's go to the champion, Julian Tang from Team Avengers. Julian, you,
Yeah.
you heard Aldo. He said he was coming in. He was catching up to you
Mhm.
before you got the checkered flag. What was going through your mind?
Before I got to the checkered flag, I guess a lap before that,
Yeah.
I was thinking of just taking it easy because there's no need to take unnecessary risk, especially because the car is so slippery. So I took the last lap or so more conservative.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was just about bringing the car home, really,
Yeah.
and just finishing the race. Because I did see Aldo. If I recall, yeah, you're right. It's like 1.5 seconds away, and
Yeah.
I think that gap is really hard to close in actuality, because yeah, it's hard to pass in Laguna Seca. You only have like a few good, decent passing zones, save for the last corner, which is like a bit of a lunge, so you can't really pass there unless you get really good exits in the past 2 corners.
Yeah. So once you cross that finish line in first in P1, what went through your mind?
Oh man, that was a really tough race, and that in a way, it was all about positioning. So I was really happy that I was able to somehow get first place, because starting from ninth, it's not very easy to climb all the way to first. I actually thought for the most part I was gonna get second, and I was like, pretty decently happy with that. But then I realized that I was slowly catching up to the leader when he was lapping the back markers.
Yeah.
So when I realized that, I was like, oh, okay, so there's an opportunity here, because I realized that he didn't do a great job at passing the back markers.
Yeah.
So there was a room for error for him, and yeah, and it did happen. So
I need to ask you, since you have experience with the actual race cars, being part of the Avengers, do you think that helped you in the virtual world?
yeah, definitely. I think in a way, it does help you in that it gives you racing IQ in a way. But then also, online racing is such a different discipline to real life racing. It's almost like circuit and oval racing in a way, because yeah, I think the skills are definitely transferable, but it's more racing IQ that transfers, not necessarily much anything else.
Yeah, not much feel because you can't.
Yeah, definitely not feel.
Yeah. So you have to rely on your cerebralness to be able to get there. But well, congratulations, Julian. You had a fantastic race. Congratulations as well, Aldo. Close. It was a really fun race to watch. It was a fun race to cover. And good luck in the future, guys.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Okay. So second place, we have Aldo and our champion, Julian Tang. And the last thing I want to mention before we end this interview is with Julian winning this race and Aldo coming in second, Jether out of that race, and of course, Andre Varquez going back in the standings because of both an accident and a penalty. These are now the two drivers to be watching in this series. So good luck to you guys in the next round. We're going to make an announcement very, very soon, and this should be really fun coming into the finals.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. And
Congrats, man.
see you guys next round.
All right. Thank you.
You.
Okay, and we're back. So just a quick review. After race 3, we have our top 21 racers in the pro class, and I think we have a grid that we're going to show. We've got a reverse grid for this pro race. And as you guys can see, the winners from our last race were in 3rd place, Russell Reyes. And then 2nd place is Stefano Rivera, and our champion, Inigo Anton, who is now in 8th, 9th, and 10th because of the reverse grid. So what does that mean? Well, that now means that our starting grid, in 5th place, we have Russell Cabrera of the Phoenix Pulse Racing Team. In 4th place, we have Sebastian Soto, who is a privateer. Sebastian has been a driver that's been doing a lot of e-racing with us. He was in the race for Frontliners as well. And then in 3rd place, we have Daryl Brady of Sim Racing.
Hey,
yeah, Daryl. We have in 2nd place, Gab Senieres of Ribbon Arc. And of course, in pole position, we have Joriel Cruz of Sim Racing PH. There we go.
You know, I have to say this: the reverse grid makes things so many. I know I said it earlier, but it makes things so interesting.
Well, we now have the pro race, right? So these are the best of the best racers in the Philippines. These guys have competed locally and abroad and are also professional race car drivers. Some of these guys, Stefano Rivera is a professional race car driver. So they should show us how to be racing on track in the virtual world. So let's check it out, you guys. All right, so we're now looking at the grid, and again, we have Joriel Cruz in pole position. We're waiting for the lights to turn on. Let me see, what have we got? Okay, the lights are starting to turn on. We've got 5, 6 lights on, and it's a go. All right, so we've got a good start, and we are focused on...
my goodness!
Whoa. What is that all about? We were riding with Daryl Brady. Okay, and then there was an incident with him and Joriel Cruz. So what has happened? Okay, so now we have in the lead, we have Gab Senieres.
Yeah, so right off the bat, right off the starting grid, something happens right away.
I know. And I thought it was going to be professional drivers. What's up with that? Luis Moreno in 3rd place. So Luis has quickly moved up, taken advantage of that accident.
And of course, that is going to be investigated, an incident between Daryl and Joriel Cruz. So
our pro racers are a little bit hot-headed at the start of that race.
Oh, here it is. Here's a pass.
Oh, yep. There was a good move there by Joriel Cruz. And again, we're riding with him going up towards the corkscrew. You know, that's actually a very, very difficult place to pass because as you're going up there, like I said, you can't actually see the braking point. And at the crest of the hill, all of a sudden, it goes down in the corkscrew. That's a good move by our leader there.
And there's Joriel taking the lead from Gab.
Oh!
And here's another incident.
Contact
right there.
Yeah, contact. Who is that with? Okay, so we've got contact there, and we're going to try to... Okay, that was contact between... Who is it? Who is it, Gene?
Gab and Luis. Gab and Luis
Gab
Moreno.
and Luis. Okay, so Luis went all the way up from back of the grid and then contact with Gab, and I don't know where he is now. He's gone down again. We've got Inigo Anton now in third place. Okay, so all the way from 10th on lap 2, we have Inigo all the way up now into third place. Behind him, we have Stefano Rivera, who's a Formula V1 champion. You know, Stefano Rivera not only is doing great in this series, but he's the champion from last year, the physical champion from the pro class in Formula V1, and has actually raced at Suzuka in a Formula V1 car and almost was a podium placer.
And seeing Stefano grow, you know, I remember seeing him during the Vios Cup days, and when he was starting. So he's really, well, literally gone to places because of racing.
That's right. So Stefano versus Russell Reyes. There's a battle now for 4th place. And our race 2 winner, Alexis Clapano, is now in P5.
Here's Inigo Anton. Started at P10 in this race.
Yeah, so he's chasing people down. In front of him, he's got Terence Liave. Terence is the Toyota Supra Cup champion from the Philippines and has done very well in the regional championships. He's gotten all the way up to 5th overall in the region. But he's being chased now by Inigo Anton.
And you can see the gaps between these cars are not as big as the gap in the AM class.
Yeah, the gaps are small, but the incidents are quite numerous. Man, there's incidents everywhere. Okay, we're riding with Oliver Aquino. Oyi is in 9th place. Okay, so Oyi actually drives the safety car at the Vios Racing Festival. We can see him now in action. So he's in 9th place, chasing down 8th place Mark Ellman.
So the top 5 drivers separated by 1 second. That's how close we are.
That is nuts. So that is really great racing right there. Okay, so the drivers through the corkscrew, and you can see 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are very, very close to each other. And 4th, 5th, and 6th are also very close to each other. Oh, is that a pass right there for 4th place? No,
this is fun.
Stefano looks like he's able to stay in front of Russell Reyes, but I don't know if he's going to stay there long. Incident! There's an incident in the back. What is that? Who was that in the back? Incident in the back. I think that was Stefano Rivera. Incident with Russell Reyes in the back. Stefano has now dropped down to 7th place. So one of the interesting things to keep in mind for this round, Jeans, is just like in the races that we run in real life, there will be a factor of 1.5 for this round. And leading into the final round, we're going to go to ×2. So this, it could make a big, big difference in the championship.
Look at this battle right here.
Okay, so we've got Pawi Base in 11th, and he's battling it out with Zuriel in 12th. And in 10th place, we have Sebastian Soto. So these guys are having a good battle as well. So we're now on lap 4 out of 8, and these guys are now on the uphill going towards the corkscrew. And again, you can see the cars are climbing, and you get to the point where you just have to memorize the track, brake, and of course cross your fingers that you're able to make it.
I mean, you've raced in this circuit. I can't imagine what that feels like inside the race car.
The track itself is so technical, and it's so difficult because you've heard it from the drivers that the track is very slippery, and the reason for this is every time the wind blows, the sand, so everything around the track is sand, right? So when the wind blows, it totally changes the track. Track conditions just change so quickly at this circuit.
And here's another. Is that a pass?
It was a pass. What a great move by Terence Liave. Terrence has now taken first place. What a great move there on Joriel Cruz. So Terrence Chupagetti in the lead.
And Joriel
Wow.
drops 2 places.
That's right. And we've got Inigo Anton now battling with Terrence. This is going to be a great battle because we're on lap 5 of 8. So we've still got a couple of laps to go.
Oh, Inigo right here going inside.
Oh, but he's now on the outside, right? So on the inside, but on the outside for that corkscrew. Terrence has got this under control at the moment. And the interesting thing is the winners for race 4 will receive prizes. The champion and second and third place will get fuel GCs and Phoenix merchandise and other items from our sponsors. So we've got good stuff to give away this weekend. So you can see it's a really tight battle right now with Inigo Anton and Terrence Llave.
Yeah, those 3 cars in the front, they're really going at it. It's good fun to watch. And look at this. Oh my goodness.
Wow. You like that, huh? Action.
Yeah. I love racing action. There's nothing like it.
So you can see that these guys are using all of the track and even a little bit more. They're going into the dust, and you can tell they're really pushing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Inigo pressuring Terrence for trying to force him to make mistakes, and it looks like it hasn't worked just yet. He's still chasing him.
Well, we've got 2.5 laps to go. Again, going up towards the corkscrew. Easy to make a mistake here. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of banking also on the circuit. So you can take the turns hard, but if you take it too hard, you just go off. You lose the grip. So you have to balance that. It's very, very difficult to find that balance where you're on the edge and pushing very hard.
Look at how close this is. Oh!
Oh! And a switchback. Oh! Was that an incident? I don't know. Oh, they're still side by side. Coming into turn 1, side by side. Oh, is Terrence going to give it? Oh! I don't know.
You got him.
And what a great switchback. What a great switchback. Look at that.
This is awesome action.
It is, and it really shows the experience that Terrence brings, right? So he basically baited Inigo into a move and then took it back. Okay, another great move right there by Inigo, taking Terrence into turn 3. And unfortunately, Terrence is now under back between Russell Reyes and Terrence right there. I don't know if there's going to be some penalties. We're going to have to ask, the stewards are going to have to look into that, and we're going to have to get back to everybody. But Inigo has made a great move, Jeans.
Yeah, and Terrence has dropped back. Where is he? 3rd now.
He's now in 3rd, that's right. So the best thing that can happen for Inigo here is the people behind him start to battle. And, he just basically coasts into the distance.
But this is great action, and Inigo is pulling away at the moment. He looks like he's that gap is getting slightly bigger with basically a lap and a half to go.
Yeah, and you have to also remember that Inigo is carrying 15 kilos ballast from round 1, so he's actually driving a very heavy car compared to his other competitors.
Yeah.
But he's doing very well. If we look at the lap times, though, Russell Reyes is somebody to be watching because he seems to be lapping a little bit faster than Inigo. So we're on our last lap. I don't know if it's going to be enough.
It looks like he's lapping 1 second faster than Inigo. I guess that extra weight does play a factor.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know if there's going to be enough time, though. So it's a 1.4 second advantage from Inigo, and Russell is 1.3 seconds faster in the last lap.
Although Russell is under investigation by the stewards for an incident in some of the earlier laps.
Okay, right. So that was the incident we saw earlier, and yeah, he may get penalized for that.
It's beautiful track.
It's a great track, I tell you. It's a great track. And we are in the last corner. So aside from the prizes from the race, the overall winner will get the champion will receive a race drive. Will receive a test drive in a FormulaV1 car, OMP racing suits, OMP gloves, an LG TV, and 5,000 pesos worth of Phoenix Fuel GC. So congratulations to the winners.
And Inigo gets the win. P1, checkered flag for him.
Great racing right there from Inigo Anton. And to think this guy is, I don't know if he's old enough to have a license in real life. I think he's only 16.
And he's having some fun now.
There you go. Inigo Anton showing them how it's done. So on track, we have Inigo Anton, followed by Russell Reyes, but Russell has to be investigated. And then we've got, of course, Terence Liave, and finishing fourth, we have Luis Moreno.
Yeah, so okay. There is. I guess we have to wait for what comes with that incident. If there is going to be penalties that might affect the top three.
Okay, so for this race, there were some incidents that resulted to some racers receiving penalties. So Sebastian Soto and Russell Reyes gained 5-second penalties each for causing a collision and gaining an advantage. Yeah, you know about that. You know all about that, Jeans, don't you?
On both sides. On the
giving and receiving, right? Giving and receiving.
Yes, I know what it's like.
All right, so with that penalty, Russell Reyes drops from P2 all the way down to P7. Wow, 5 seconds so that brings you down 5 places. That's nuts.
That moves up the fourth place, the one who crossed the line fourth, all the way to on the podium.
Yeah, so in third, okay, so our official winners right now, our third place is Luis Moreno of Legion of Racers. Congratulations, Luis. Second place is Terence Liave of Liave Motorsports Project. And our champion is Inigo Anton of Avengers Racing Team 2. So congratulations, guys. And of course, our fastest lap goes to Estefano Rivera, our FormulaV1 champion for 2019, a real racer with a 1:32.279. Congratulations. Great racing from Estefano. So he placed in P6 overall.
All right. Well, good job. Great. P5.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, P5 because of the penalty of Russell Reyes. All right, so we'll move on and introduce the drivers for our interviews. Here we go.
Congratulations, guys.
Hello, good evening, thanks.
We have a missing driver. I think, again, he's in the steward's office trying to plead.
Well, what can we do? That's what happens.
Let's start with Luis. Luis, P7 on the grid. You finished. You crossed the line P4, but because of the penalties, you finished third. What were you thinking when you crossed P4? Did you think you had a chance to get on the podium?
Yes, definitely. I had a chance to finish on the podium. Actually, it could have been better if not for the incident in the first lap final corner. I was already as high as P2 or P3, and then a car behind me just hit me hard, and I got spun in the final corner, and I think I went down outside of the top 10, so I had to crawl my way back up to the top spots, and then incidents were just everywhere, so I just did my best to recover. And crossing the line in P4, still happy to have brought the car home, but I was expecting penalties from one or two of the cars ahead, and turns out that one of them had penalty enough for me to be promoted to P3 in the finish.
Yeah, so you still were able to rally and get to the finish line and still, step on the podium.
Yes.
So that's still a very, very good job. And congratulations on the third place finish. Let's go to Inigo. Inigo, you started P10, and when you look down on the starting grid, you're 10 cars back. You're nine. There's 9 cars in front of you. Before the start of the race, what were you feeling?
After coming from my race 3 and winning that, I knew, of course, that in race 4 it'll be reverse grid and I'll start from 10th. So from there, I just kept calm, and I know how first laps can happen if you're starting in the middle of the pack. So it's a little bit pressuring, of course, but managed. When the race started, I managed to have a clean first lap, and after that, I just started pushing.
Okay, and you had a 15 kilogram ballast as well. Did you feel that? Did that affect you?
Well, yeah, it did. Well, of course, I didn't have any ballast before, but now the car felt different. I had to adapt to it, and it also somewhat made overtaking harder. I actually had a good battle with Lave for about like 3 or 4 laps. We were just trying to chase. I was trying my best, and I eventually got him and was able to take the win after that.
And of course, finishing first when you cross that finish line with a checkered flag, first thing that entered your head, what was it?
Oh, it was just like relief that it's over. It was one of the most chaotic and fun races I've ever had. And it's still a long championship, and there's so much things going on your head during the race. But after that, I just felt relieved that it was over, and I was very happy that I managed to become first.
I want to ask both of you this question: the reverse grid, how much of that plays into effect, and how does it affect you guys on the racetrack? Let's start first with Luis.
Well, the reverse grid makes scoring points much more challenging because you have to start from somewhere in the back or in the middle of the field in the case of this event, and you have slower cars ahead, so you just have to pass them, but at the same time pass them carefully so that you don't accrue any penalties later on. And then depending on the length of the race, it becomes challenging to try and climb as many positions as possible. And at the same time, you have to be ready for any incidents that would happen ahead of you, because if you get involved in just one, it's over.
Yeah, and Inigo, how about for you? Does the reverse grid add to the challenge? It looked like you lived up to it because you came in first.
Well, the first laps I was really struggling actually, and your game, how do you call it, your strategy and your mindset is completely different from when you're trying to start in the front and trying to get away from everybody. When like you're starting a reverse grid, of course, even in real life, reverse grids makes for really fun and exciting races, but for the drivers, it's actually pretty tense, and it's very pressuring. But yeah, from there, it's just always trying to stay away from trouble. That's the first thing, especially the first few laps. And after that, just manage your race after. Just keep on passing and, keep on focusing.
Well, congratulations, Inigo. Congratulations, Luis. Looking forward to what you guys can do in the future. Great job, guys.
Thank you.
Yep. So
Thank you.
As I'm sure everybody knows by now, these are the guys to be watching for the championship. Inigo, Luis, Terrence is also up there. So, guys, good luck on the next race. Again, we're going to announce very, very soon something very interesting for everybody, which will make the last round super duper exciting. Good luck, you guys. See you at the next race.
Thank you, JP.
Thank you.
Every time I'm on the road, I can also expect high performance from Phoenix Fuels. We made it! Now with Pulse technology, delivers enhanced power and acceleration to make every trip come alive.
So the Phoenix Pulse Formula V1 Virtual Championship would not be possible without the help of our sponsors. Super thanks, everybody. It's been awesome so far. Phoenix Petroleum Philippines, LG OLED TVs, Bendix, Blue Chem, PC Express, Family Mart, Toplift, and OMP. Of course, we have our media partners as well: Autocar, Auto Deal, C Magazine, Philippine Daily Inquirer, Inquirer Mobility, Time Attack Manila, and Wheels PH. And of course, we want to thank Moto Deal for having Gino out here with us. We also want to thank our partner organizations, the AAP, GT Philippines, SRPH, Ribbon Arc, and 7 Garage. Again, everybody, thank you for your support. It has been amazing. Congratulations to all the winners of Race 4, Round 2 at Laguna Seca, and thank you for joining us in this year's Phoenix Pulse Formula V1 Virtual Cup.
Again, once again, congratulations to all the winners. The point system for round 3 will be double points. You did mention that a while ago. And this is your last chance to show off your racing skills. Since this will be a ×2 multiplier, there's a big chance to earn huge, humongous, important points for the next round. Join the race by signing up on the link that we will provide on the comment section. Before we end the program, we are about to announce the 2 raffle winners of items from Blue Chem, Bendix, and Parts Pro. The raffle question was, who are the 3 race winners in the Pro class? Again, who are the race 3 winners in the Pro class? And the answer is, in 3rd place, we have Russell Reyes from Avengers. In 2nd place, we have Estefano Rivera from Racing Team 2. And the champion was Inigo Anton of Avengers.
Okay, so the winners for this raffle will be posted in the comments section. Thanks, guys, for participating. And that's it for race 4 of our Phoenix Pulse Formula V1 Virtual Cup Round 2 here at Laguna Seca. I want to thank everybody for joining us today, and we hope to see you guys at our final round. Okay, so race 5 and 6, which will start on December 12th, and this is going to be at another venue. For those of you guys that want to donate to Mabuhay Deseret, help these kids change their lives forever, kindly send your donations to the bank account details flashed below. So check this out. And of course, don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Tuason Racing. Okay. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Tuason Racing TV. And of course, hit the bell button so that you can be updated on our latest happenings. Off to you,
Cool.
Jeans.
Yeah, so if the people who are familiar with Auto Deal, I work for the sister company, which is actually it's the same company, but it's the sister channel called Moto Deal. So I know this is about cars and this is about racing cars, but Moto Deal, well, it's about motorcycles. So there are people out there who are, it is a new normal, and sometimes the mobility is a little bit difficult with a car, and they don't want to take public transportation. So we're getting more and more people interested in motorbikes. And so we're actually, gaining a lot of traction. It's relatively new. We started, believe it or not, 1 week before the world was in lockdown. So it's been a little bit of a, I don't want to say challenge, but it's been an interesting journey so far. But we have seen a spike in the interest in people and into motorcycles and motorbikes and that form of mobility. So if you are interested in getting a bike or learning more about that, you can log on to www.motodeal.com.ph. We do have a Facebook page, a Twitter page, also on Instagram, it's MotoDealPH. And we have our own YouTube channel, which is Motodeal PH as well. So please follow all of that. And it's just like Auto Deal, but motorbikes instead. And you can follow me as well on all social media platforms. It's at JINNORUFINO.
All right. So any other upcoming projects, Jeans, for you? You've got a podcast or something going on, right?
So because we are related, Auto Deal and Moto Deal, myself and Kako Terona, who is the host of the Auto Deal videos, are going to be having a podcast together. So JP, I'm putting you on the spot right now and asking you to guest on the podcast. It's going to be about cars and bikes and everything in between. So
yeah, and we're gonna have like 3 titos on the show. You, me, and Kako. Man, that's nuts.
It's fun. It's fun. Right now we're doing audio, so it's available on Spotify, on Apple Podcast, and some of the other apps that you receive the podcasts from. Very soon we will be having a video component as well for the podcast on YouTube and on Facebook. And it's called you might like the name. It's Torque of the Town.
Torque of the Town.
Yeah.
I like the initials, right? Okay. So that's it. Jeans, thanks for coming, man. It's been awesome. Super fun. It's super fun.
Always great to chat with you, whether it's on the virtual world or in real world.
All right. So this has been JP Tuason of Tuason Racing, and
I'm Gene Rufino of Moto Deal. I have to remember
Moto Deal. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Vibrant AI picture. Resonant AI sound. The wonder of LG OLED TV.
With your Phoenix RCBC Bank Card MasterCard, get 5% rebate when you gas up at select Phoenix gas stations. 5% discount on gasoline and diesel engine oils. Free towing and roadside assistance. Get rewards points for your shopping, dining, and other purchases. And exchange your rewards points for free flights, gift vouchers, or cash rebates. Get your own Phoenix RCBC Bank Card MasterCard to enjoy Pulse Racing perks and privileges. Apply now and receive 500 pesos worth of Phoenix Fuel as welcome gift.